Good Sunday morning, everybody. Welcome to my first ever attempt at the Funky Bunch at Sunday Brunch Podcast. Since it's my first ever attempt at doing something like this, it's going to be an easy little introductory type deal with me. What I want to do with this, and answering any questions that you guys might have about me, about the podcast, channel, whatever. So, yeah. It's just a nice, informal little sit down, chat, just a review of whatever we want. So, like I said, this is a podcast. I'm generally gaming, streaming, YouTube. That's about it. But this will be also hitting Spotify now. So I don't really know how that goes. And because it's going to be on Spotify, I will be reading off things that anybody has to say. And I will be depending on participation. Because I'm not good with filling space sometimes. So, as I'm talking, if you have anything that you want me to address or anything, just throw it out there. And I'll address it when I can or when it fits in. So, yeah. Introductions. As you can probably tell from the posting, I'm DJ Funky Fresh. I've been DJ Funky Fresh gaming-wise for about 6 years now. I used to go just as DJ in gaming because, well, I go by DJ in real life. So I was just like, hey, let's go with it. And that probably stuck for a month or two before I had a friend who was just like, it would be much better if you added Funky Fresh to it. There's a bit more to the story, but I really don't remember a lot of the smaller nuances to that part of the story. So, yeah. That's how that's going to go. But, I've been DJ Funky Fresh ever since. I've attempted to change my name a couple of times, but the people who have known me that entire time just never... Yes. Emotive energy. So DJ Funky Fresh was born. Correct. That's just how I've been. And nobody lets me change it. And at this point, it's who I am. It's the online persona that I've been able to create. And just... I can live a much better online life as DJ Funky Fresh versus just DJ. Because it's not... I'm very reserved and shy in real life. I don't... If you knew me in real life and you knew that I streamed, you would see two completely different people. It's just... I'm shy. I don't like drawing attention to myself. I don't like talking. I rarely talk about my interests because I don't think people care. But then once I start streaming, I'm energetic, I'm excitable, I'm talking away, I'm showing you guys everything I love, and just everything is a switch flips, and then I just become somebody completely different, and it's interesting. It's probably something that we could delve into on a later date as well, but yeah. Going back, as I was talking before, I'm a shy, quiet person. I love a good book. I love a good video game. Give you some base demographics of myself. I'm a white male, as you can tell, despite the flamboyancy and the bows and all that, I'm 27 years old, 28 in May. 6 foot, 160 pounds. Actually, exactly 160 pounds. I just weighed myself this morning. Thought this quarantine was going to be bad for my diet, but no. It's good. I have a good day job. I can't stream full time because it's just not viable. Yes, emotive. Very fancy. As I was saying, YouTube and Twitch aren't viable as an option for me to do full time, so it's just something I do in my evenings and weekends, and I kind of like it. I got a day job that I can use to support myself and support my expedition with Twitch and YouTube, and then I got Twitch and YouTube to wind down, relax, and just kind of. Well, the whole reason I do Twitch and YouTube, well, mostly Twitch, is because I just want a nice place where I can just hang out, relax with whoever wants to show up, share the games I'm interested in, share series I'm interested in, just kind of exist with other people at the same time and just give them a nice place to chill, hang out, and all that shit. And so far, I think the community I have developed so far has really been part of that. They've all really been able to feel that nice chill vibe, that nice, we're all just here to have fun, relax, and all that stuff. Apparently I'm going through puberty right now with the voice cracks there, but whatever. Sometimes you hit puberty late in life. But that also allows me to transition to another topic of something I plan on doing, and actually the next podcast will do that. I want to do reviews of video games and series, so that's something I would like to incorporate either in part or in whole for a stream. Like if I'm reviewing one game, I might do a portion of a podcast. If I'm reviewing a series, maybe I'll do the entire podcast on the series. It really depends because I don't know how good I am at filling up space with timing and everything. So that's going to really, we're going to play with it. Back to me. I got a pet cat. His name's Lucius, son of the devil. And he acts like it. But he's cute as hell. Pun intended. I love puns. I love anything that allows me to just kind of be corny, quirky, funny. Just bring a smile to people's faces. Just trying to make other people feel good. That's kind of what I enjoy, But, if you have any other questions about me as a person, go ahead, drop those as we transition to something else. Let's see. Transition to YouTube while we wait for some comments to come in or questions. I started doing YouTube not when I became DJ Funky Fresh, because that was only just for an online, username for... No, let's not do YouTube. Let's start with what really got me into online gaming, because I've always been a gamer. I had an NES back in the day. My parents got it as a wedding present, and I got to play the crap out of it until it broke, or my parents got rid of it. I don't believe it broke. I think my parents got rid of it. Sad. But, whatever. So, after that broke, I didn't have video game... No, I had a Game Boy. So, I've had a Game Boy all of my life. I had the original brick, gray, it's just, you throw it at somebody, they're going to die before that thing breaks. Game Boy. Upgraded from that to just a regular Game Boy. Then a Game Boy Color... then Game Boy Advance, then Game Boy Advance SP, then a DS, then a 3DS. I've had handhelds all my life, and now I've got a Switch handheld. It's just the Switch console, but it's also a handheld, so it goes double. And then, of course, as for consoles, my parents in second grade got me a GameCube. After that, I bought myself a Wii, and then I bought myself an Xbox, and I bought myself an Xbox 360, I bought myself a PS2, then I bought myself an N64, Then I bought myself a Switch. One of my goals... Oh, I also have an SNES, but that was gifted to me by an ex. I do plan on owning one of every Nintendo console because I would like to have a... In the future, at some point, I would like to be able to display everything Nintendo has created because I do enjoy Nintendo, despite the fact that I don't play a ton of their brand games because it's a lot more E for everyone and I'm more into, intense games, which Nintendo did not have a lot of. At least originally. They've started adapting things like BioShock and Borderlands over, but those aren't primarily what you would think of with Nintendo. But I love Nintendo, and I'm missing, a DS Lite, a DSi, a Game Boy Micro, a 2DS. I'm missing some of the more nuanced, this is already, you've got it, but it's slightly different. I mean, I still need, an NES and a Wii U, but that stuff I can get easily. I was going on a tangent. Oh, right. So I started online gaming the junior year of my college. So, let's see. Emotive says, Nintendo is part of what brought you into gaming, and there's a huge nostalgia factor, even if your gaming tastes have changed largely to something more complex. Correct. It will always hold that nostalgia, that childhood factor. And actually, that's what next week's podcast is going to be reviewing, was probably one of my all-time favorite gaming series, covering both current games as well as the older games. So that's something that I will be addressing next week, hopefully. But going back, so yeah, junior year, or the third year of my undergraduate career, I was, getting over a breakup from my ex who had been dating for about 5 years. And, my friend pointed out Garrys Mod to me. And I was just like, I don't know what Garrys Mod is. Sounds interesting. Signed up for Steam. Got on Garrys Mod. Had no textures. Quit. That was my first experience with online gaming. Came back about a month or two later. Realized that I was missing textures because it requires Half-Life and Counter-Strike. So I found the textures for free online, downloaded them, put them in my files, and I could play Garrys Mod for completely fine. Played Garrys Mod for, 5 years. Up until I got Stream Avatars, which is for my streaming. My most played game was Garrys Mod, simply because I played it every day, all the time. I currently have 3,925 hours worth of game time played in Garrys Mod. Oh, nope. It's still my number one played game. Stream Avatars is only at 3,602. But, yeah, it's just, I played the crap out of it. And that's where almost all of my good, close friends, those people who I know I can count on and just are always there for me, everyone I met who's still in my life like that, I met in Garrys Mod. So I wouldn't have been pushed to really come out of my shell as DJ Funky Fresh. I wouldn't have been pushed to do YouTube or Twitch if I hadn't have met these people or really done online gaming. I could have just stuck to my Xbox 360 and just played that, never really getting into Steam or anything else. So I owe all of this to Garrys Mod. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, I owe it all to Garrys Mod. Yeah. So fun. For those on YouTube, I apologize that the chat is all white. I will get that fixed for next week. For those on Spotify, I just read what is said. The only thing you miss are small little snippets or emotes. No biggie. I guess I should plug my channels. I can't plug my Spotify because I have not created that yet. I will be creating that once I start uploading this onto YouTube and everything, and I will post the link to it on YouTube. And then I will push it starting next week and everything going from there. But my Twitch is twitch.tv/DJ_funky_fresh. And my YouTubes is DJ Funky Fresh Gaming. Do I have a... I don't remember. Do I have a actual unique URL for it? I don't remember. I rarely have to give it out, so I don't remember if I have a unique URL to it or not. Motive says yes. What would I do without my mods? I would struggle. That's what I would do. It is youtube.com/DJ Funky Fresh Gaming. No space, no underscore. Just flat DJ Funky Fresh Gaming. So, yeah. I kind of figured that's what I did for my stuff, but yeah. Just a quick little tangent. Still, with my Twitch, I stream basically 7 days a week at this point. Sometimes it's only 6 days because my Sundays depend on what I do, but now that I have a podcast on Sunday mornings, it's 7 days a week. Mondays and Tuesdays, we generally go through games that I'm interested in. Wednesdays and Thursdays are requested days. Fridays are Dragon Quest days. Saturdays are Final Fantasy days. That is generally the flat schedule. At times, there will be new things added. For instance, Doom Eternal came out, last week, and I played the crap out of it. I played it that Friday, I played it Saturday, I played it Sunday. Did I play it Monday? I played it Monday. I just beat it. And then, no, I think I did it Tuesday as well. I got Animal Crossing, which was a nice, fun, surprise stream. So I don't do a full stream on it because I would get hella bored. But I throw it in there just to do, a fun, small stream, some of my viewers and subs who have Animal Crossing themselves, they can visit my island, I can visit their island, we can just chat, relax, that type of thing. I do Dead by Daylight occasionally at night, mostly on the weekends, because it's, I want to get angry game. That type of deal. Yeah. Anyway, back to Steam and Garrys Mod. Oh, no, never mind. And then YouTube. YouTube, I used to do my own separate things for YouTube, just specific YouTube videos that I recorded just for YouTube. Now it's mostly I take past streams and I use it to chronicle what I've done on Twitch, my series I've gone through, just so it's enshrined there forever. I do want to go back and start doing more YouTube things. A lot of that's going to depend on timing because it's kind of hard to edit, render, export, upload, all of that while I'm also streaming and working full time. So a lot of that's going to depend on how easily I can get that stuff to other people, editors and things. But that also depends on, is it worth the time and effort? That's really going to depend. Maybe I'll revisit it in about a year because my Twitch has grown and so has my YouTube just in the last year. So if it gets to a point in a year where it's actually viable to start investing a lot more into that, I'd like to do that. That's also another hope that this podcast is. It's going to help generate some interest in me, in my channel, drive some of that interest elsewhere, and just try to get it going. So, back into YouTube. Not YouTube. Just touched YouTube. Back into Steam. So, it helped me become this online persona, a lot more confident in myself, which only exists when I go online and everything. So I owe all of that to Garrys Mod. And then from there I was able to really just delve into all these games I would never have discovered or tried just because they were available on Steam, and I was just able to grow as a gamer, get the chance to do YouTube, Twitch, this podcast, just because of what has come out, what has been interested in, and everything. Let's see. Emotive asks, how did Garrys Mod transition into wanting to be a streamer as a shy introvert type? So a lot of that came through one of the first friends I made on Garrys Mod. She shows up on my Twitch occasionally. I don't know what her usernames are currently, but I call her Emma. She decided that I was an interesting person, and she didn't stop bugging me until I started talking. And then she didn't start bugging me until I got confident in myself. Then she didn't stop bugging me until I became who I became now. Now she regrets it because she thinks I'm a cocky son of a bitch. But, whatever. It's because I had people like her who just really pushed me to be who I wanted to be online. That allowed me to really just transition from that shy introvert into who you guys can see now. I mean, sure, I'm still not fully confident, but let's be honest, I haven't actually had an audience listening to me or really wanting to see my streams. Most of my streams and YouTube videos are me. I am the only one who watches. I was the only one who was ever there. And then, I got, Emotive Energy, for instance, who's right here right now listening and asking questions, She showed up, became a mod, and, I've slowly started building that community up. And you know what? That's exactly what I want. If it's one person, it's one person. If it's 50 people, it's 50 people, If you're there to listen to me talk, or if you're there to talk to me, if you're there to see a game, a series, whatever, I want to give you guys that entertainment. It was really disheartening up until I got somebody to show up. Because like I said, you can't build a community of just, hey, let's just relax and have fun when you don't have a community. And I got that eventually. And that's the most exciting thing for me, is the fact that I'm able to give people some joy several hours a day. And that's why I stream a variety of games. That way it's like, oh, I love this guy, but I hate the one game he plays, so I'm never going to show up here. Well, I play JRPGs, I play FPS, I play simulators, I don't know how to describe all the different games I play. I play a lot. Danganronpa, Sally Face. I would never have touched those had they not been, suggested. And it's just, I find new things. Let's see. Emotive asks, do you think streaming has been a way to build confidence and give you that space to have a good space for community and online friendships in a way that feels more comfortable than like one-on-one social interaction? Absolutely. I am not confident at all in day-to-day life. New person shows up, I just quietly sit there, listen. I don't offer my input. One-on-one is a lot easier than, get thrown into a group. If I get into an online game, I can just immediately start shit-talking or just talking to people, or if I'm with friends, I can just talk with my friends. I can just do that online, but here, even around people I'm comfortable with, the more people who show up, the quieter I am. Good example. Another one of my online friends who actually I know through school. I actually have known her since first grade. She goes by Tay Mitchie online. I was hanging out at her place over, around the holidays, Christmas holidays. I hang around her, and I don't shut up. I just I'm me. But then I was invited to a party she was throwing with like 4 other people. I knew 3 of them. So it's like, hey, you should be comfortable, almost everybody there. No, I'm just dead silent. And, the people who knew me from high school and everything were like, does he ever even talk or anything? Like, I know he didn't in high school, but like, come on. And it's like, no, he doesn't shut up. Just doesn't like being around people. And that's very true. I don't like being around people for real. It's just, I'm uncomfortable. And I don't know why there's a huge disconnect between streaming online versus one-on-one. It's the same people. It's like I'm reaching more people here. I'm reaching a ton of people with this podcast. I'm reaching a ton of people with streams. I reach a ton of people with YouTube. I have no problem with any of that. It's even more weird. I have an issue if I'm streaming or recording a video and somebody's in the same room as me. I get super uncomfortable. But doing it with 30 people sitting there waiting for me, not an issue. I don't know why there's a huge disconnect there. It's weird, and probably has to do with something that I identify myself as different. Motive says maybe it's just easier when it's through a screen and not actually in your face and your eyeballs. Maybe. Like, I can't do public speeches. If I have to present something for school, I get tongue-tied, I get nervous, I get scared, I forget everything I've ever known in my life. But here, it's just, I'm just, I've been talking for 27 minutes now. Things happen. I don't remember where I left off. We were talking about online Steam. I gotta play a ton of games, I didn't know. Let's answer an earlier question that I didn't want to because it wasn't in the line of my questioning. Emotive asks, I was hoping you could talk about your interest in law. What brought you into that? What interests you about law? What going to law school was like? Is there any section of law that particularly interested me? For those of you who don't know, which you saw a lot of you won't, because I forgot to talk about it, I'll talk about my schooling. Obviously, I graduated high school. Then I went to undergrad, and I'll just talk about it. I went to Ohio University undergrad for psychology. I went to psychology because I was very interested in psychology. I enjoyed all the aspects of psychology. I liked to know what made people tick. And so I went in with that. However, I also went in with a very strong interest in the law. I just wasn't sure if I wanted to be a lawyer or not. So going through my first year, I started getting interested in sociology as well. So I decided to minor in sociology. Moving into my sophomore year, I decided I really liked sociology, so I decided to dual major in it. It required 1 extra class. Pretty nice. Towards the end of my sophomore year, I decided I really enjoyed coding, so I picked up computer science as a minor. Jump into my junior year at some point. I dropped that minor because while I could do the coding, like for instance, Computer Science 101, pass that class, no issue. Then the second course, I just, for whatever reason, it wasn't clicking with me, and with everything else I was doing, I was not able to devote myself to teaching myself all the coding I needed to do on my own. So I had to drop the class because I was doing very bad in it. Unfortunately, I really enjoyed it, and I think computer science would have been a lot of fun for me to learn, but it just was not viable. But it was also around that time I was like, maybe I don't really want to do psychology or sociology for, a career. And I was really looking into law. And then I decided, you know what? Let's take the LSAT. So I started preparing for that my junior year. Took it. Got a very good score. Don't remember what that score was. Applied to 2 schools. Got into those 2 schools. I was offered $8,000 a semester from one school. And then I was offered a full ride from the other. So I went to law school for free. Yes, very easy choice. So really, what brought me into law? I was interested in the law. It was kind of like, hey, why is this legal? Why is this illegal? A lot of what I wanted to do, which is, I guess, what interests me about law? I don't know. I just took it. Part of it was because I didn't know what to do with my life, with my career. I didn't really want to be a psychologist. I didn't really want to be a lawyer. Yeah. Let's see. Going to law school. Going to law school was 3 years. So after I finished undergrad, I still had 3 more years of schooling, plus passing the bar. It was hard. My first week was stressful. It was difficult. And as soon as I got home that Friday, after my first week, I fell asleep. 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I woke up Saturday at 6 p.m. I was stressed. I was tired. But it picked up from there. Other than the fact that I apparently got allergic to stress because I broke out in full body hives. It was that, or I was breathing in poison because my apartment got sprayed and I didn't open a window. I was either breathing in poison for several months or I was allergic to stress. Not really sure. One or the other. We can go into that story some other time. But, really, what truly still interests me in law is cybersecurity and privacy. Mostly because, I'm a gamer, I'm a streamer, I'm a YouTuber, I'm very online oriented, I'm very cyber reliant, so the privacy aspect, the cybersecurity aspect, the fact that we're decades behind in laws and everything, it's just astounding. So that's really what interests me. I have an article that I co-produced with my professor on the Internet of Things and how our current laws will intersect with it. If anybody wants to read that article, I do have a link to it. I can post it if anybody ever wants to read it. I also co-authored a book, which I have heard literally nothing about ever since. I finished writing it last January. I haven't heard anything about it from my professor. And I just didn't want to keep bugging him about it, so, whatever. It's not like I was going to get paid. I just get a little... I wouldn't even be on the cover. Fortunately, because the publishing's just like, yeah, no, since he's not an expert or anything, we'll just mention him inside the cover or something. So that was disappointing. Oh well. But that's really my foray into law. I took the bar in July of 2018. Passed the bar on my first try thanks to my writing skills. And then proceeded not to do anything legal. I worked for 6 months for at an office doing compliance work, so still in the legal arena. And then that place closed down, unfortunately. Not due to compliance issues, because I've been asked that several times. No, we did not close because we were not in compliance with anything or because we got sued or anything. No. The investors decided to sell it, so that sucked. Everybody got laid off. But I'm now currently working as a contract specialist, and my job is to basically write, support, follow up on contracts. Doesn't require a law degree, but it got me higher pay. And, I could ride that for the rest of my life. So, it's not bad. I don't have to go far for work. So, that's my legal and my professional experience. Yeah, that's a nice little interesting tidbit about me. If you have any other questions, do so while I continue to ramble. Just fire them off, because if you're running out of things, I'm running out of things for just a simple, introductory type deal. I have a couple things to ramble off before I'm fully done, so just unload any questions. Let's see. So what I want to do with this podcast, I've already mentioned it a little bit. Next week I plan on doing somebody on YouTube was like, hey, can you do a video review for some of these more lesser known games in this series? Here, I'll just tell you, Dragon Quest Monsters. That's the series I'm going to be doing my next podcast over. Because a couple games in there are very obscure or haven't been ported over to America. And so they're Japanese only unless you can find some kind of English translation mod, which I have. So I plan on really kind of just delving into that. So he wants me to do kind of like a game review, and you know what? I'll do that game review, but I'll also just go over the series as a whole, just kind of try to sell it. And that's something I want to do, review new games that come out. Like, for instance, Final Fantasy VII Remake is going to be coming out April 10th. Assuming I can get it April 10th, I will be doing April 12th podcast on it. My thoughts so far and everything, as well as on the series. I want to, be able to invite people on, we talk about something, maybe have a motive on here and we can talk about art, what it's like to, take commissions, do various different types of art. Maybe have several people on who are artists, If somebody has a topic, they're like, hey, do you think you could cover this? Maybe I cover 4 different smaller topics because someone's interested in something, Let me do my research. Put together something coherent. Maybe we talk about current events, There's lots of misinformation out there, and I like to think that I keep myself up to date on the accurate information. Try to go unbiased in everything. If you want, we can dive into my political views, which I'm sure will piss off a lot of people because I don't have conventional political views. Hell, we could do a political religious view from me, and that will piss off a lot of people. But hey, you gotta be you. You don't want to just be somebody else that, I don't want to be a person that pleases you but pisses off that person and also upsets me because I'm not being me. That type of deal. It's not that extreme that's like all of a sudden, I'm screaming for anarchy and, we don't need anything. No. I have mixed views on a lot of things, but I can talk about those if y'all want. Just kind of gotta, really it's just gonna be, what do you guys want to know my thoughts on, or what do you want to hear about? I can easily do. I don't want to make this 100% gaming podcast. Will it be heavily gaming? Yes, because that is my interests. We could do book reviews if you want. I've got hundreds of books. We can do webcomic reviews. We can do so many different things that I would love to do. Introduce you all to my interests. That type of deal, Just try to get more people here with me. I want to grow. I want to spread. And I want to just make the Funky Fam big, happy, and just a nice place where anybody can hang out and say what they want and be themselves. I say what you want, but I mean say what you want in terms of your opinions. That's not hate, yada 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 yada. Don't be an asshole type. You can say what you want. I'm not looking for a community that agrees with me. I'm not looking for a community that is a yes man to me. Give me your individuality. Give me you. You don't even have to have similar interests. You could be someone who absolutely hates video games, but you enjoy listening to my tangents. Or you want me to change your mind on something, You don't have to have similar interests to be able to, watch a YouTube video. You don't have to have similar interests to watch a Twitch. You got to support people. And that's really what I want. I want people to come and want to be here. I just want you to want to be here. If you enjoy listening to me prattle on, then that's how you want to, be here. You want to be in the Spotify family. If you want to, be able to watch me at your leisure, because my videos are 30 minutes minimum, go on YouTube and watch it throughout your day. If you want to sit here live and interact with me and, request me to do stupid things on stream, then you'll support me in real time on stream. I mean, everybody supports me in real time. It's not like I'm dead or not doing anything, so. Right, and interact with each other. That's something I really like with this Animal Crossing. I started playing Animal Crossing because so many people wanted me to play it. And then immediately 3 people in the community are like, we all play Animal Crossing. We all shared codes. We all visited, and they're all supporting each other and everything else. Ooh, RPG Limit Break. Another thing I'm very interested in is speedrunning. I don't speedrun personally, but there's a Dragon Quest RTA Marathon 2020 being sped-run by RPG Limit Break. Oh, it's another tangent. You guys should check out RPG Limit Break and Games Done Quick. While I don't agree with some of the management of Games Done Quick, both of those channels, Twitch and YouTube, do speedrunning events to support great causes. Every May, I believe, RPG Limit Break runs a marathon in which they support NAMI, the National Alliance for Mental Institutions, help people with mental illnesses. All the money they raise for that, they then donate right to NAMI. Games Done Quick has started doing more charities, but their two main ones are AGDQ, Awesome Games Done Quick, and SGDQ, Summer Games Done Quick. AGDQ is in January, SGDQ is end of June, beginning of July. AGDQ donates money to the Prevent Cancer Foundation. SGDQ donates money to Doctors Without Borders. A lot more people are familiar with AGDQ and SGDQ because in the last couple of years they've raised $2 million per stream. It's a week-long event, and that's what they do. And I've been very supportive of, Games Done Quick and RPG Limit Break because not only do you get to see, some awesome people, you get to see them doing what they love, which is speedrun. You get to see them interacting with, fans, announcers. It's very wholesome. Hi, buddy. For those of you who are on Spotify, you don't get to see the cat. There's a cat behind me. He decided to stand on the back of my chair. But yeah, it's something that I think you guys should check out, consider supporting, or spreading around, Great events, great people, just, I donate money to them. I buy their shirts, at least Games Done Quick shirts. They're supported by theyeti.com. And anytime you buy a shirt from them during an event, a certain amount of that purchase price goes immediately to, Games Done Quick, usually in the form of a donation. Anyway, that was a tangent. Sorry. They're, like I said, they're doing a Dragon Warrior Monster RTA, which... love it. Well, it's a Dragon Warrior RTA, but whatever. Yeah. Any more questions for you guys while I have you here? Let's see. Like I said, I will be doing this live stream podcast every Sunday morning, unless I know there will be one Sunday I will not be able to do it, but I will do it earlier on like a Thursday because I have my brother's wedding to attend, which is on a Saturday, so I probably won't be home for Sunday. If I don't know. Anyway, so this will be, the plan is every Sunday, 9 a.m., Funky Bunch at Sunday Brunch, morning podcast. It will then get immediately uploaded to YouTube, so hopefully I can get it up by 11. That would be the plan. And then I will also upload it to Spotify at the exact same time. I will have to create a Spotify, so when that goes up, I do not know, but that's something I'm going to start working on as soon as I am done with this. So you can catch me in one of the three places, or you could even catch me in all three. I do have a Discord open for the Funky Fam, and I would love to keep growing that Discord. You can easily get to the Discord through Twitch by, typing in the !Discord. Yes, Emotive Energy says the Discord is a fun place. It very much is. Really, it's just super chill. We post a bunch of memes. And I also have a place for suggestions, as well as you can talk about the podcast, give me different, oh, right, there's also a link in the panels below. I completely forgot about that. Thank you. The nice panels that Emotive Energy did. She does all the artwork for the channel. So all these nice overlays, my emotes, all that, done by her. So yeah, I just want to keep growing everything, really just build that family, that community. And I hope you all enjoyed the podcast. Looks like I'm going to be winding it up about here, unless there are any last questions by the chat. I'll give you a couple seconds. Emotive Energy has been very distracted by the cat behind me. He doesn't often jump behind me, but when he does, it's cute. I have a nice fuzzy headrest. I can talk about Lucius. He's a Maine Coon. I've had him since the summer going in between first and second year of law school. So I've had him for about 3-4 years. He's actually born on my birthday. I got him when he was about 6 weeks old. He was a tiny little kitten, just barely sat in my hand. Now he's a big, long boy. Got big-ass paws, big-ass ears, so we knew he was going to be long from the beginning. Yes, Emotive, we are birthday twins. We don't know his exact birthday, but when I got him, he was 6 weeks old, and my birthday was 6 weeks prior. So we just said, close enough. So, yeah, looks like Lucius is going to leave me. He's going to jump right about now. And, yeah. That's my cat, my Maine Coon, little Lucius, son of the devil, but cute as hell. Trust me, it was some massive jump energy. I felt it. Obviously, he spun my chair slightly. So, yeah. I would like to know all of your feedback for this podcast, either in the Discord, in YouTube. I don't know much about Spotify, so I don't know if you can comment anything on Spotify or if I can link anything on Spotify. I'll figure that out as I go. But if you all could give me some questions that you want me to answer later, comments, how I can do better, what I did well on, all that, suggestions for future, episodes, just lay it on me. I'd love to hear what you have to say. I'd love to interact with everybody. And, well, thank you, everybody, for giving me this opportunity to try something new. We are going to be ending this podcast here, and I will end this how I end every single video on my Twitch channel. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you all for listening. Yes, Emotive, Funky Brunch equals fun times. This is DJ Funky Fresh with the Funky Bunch at Sunday Brunch signing off. And until the next time, everybody, stay funky, people.